Hello everyone. It's been roughly a month since Project Soul released patch 2.30, which contains a great deal of changes. I never got round to covering 2.25, so I'll try to address that here as well. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Starting from 2.25, Nightmares 3A, While Rising A, 22AA, Nightside Stance A, and NTC NBS A plus B will all cause the opponent to face forward when guarded from behind. The amount of wall clipping has been adjusted when your opponent is launched by 4A plus B, 66B, and NTC 66BB, so as to allow you to continue with your regular follow-ups. The following moves have had their tracking increased in the event your opponent whiffs an attack. These are 6B, While Rising B, Full Crouch 3B, Standing K, and 66B. 1A's lower hitbox has been enlarged to prevent it whiffing on downed opponents. 4A has better tracking so it can easier hit opponents who are stepping. Critical Edge will now give Night Terror Charge as the animation begins. Due to this, Nightmare will retain Night Terror Charge even if it is guard impacted or reverse impacted. 6BB receives a 4-frame increase in block stun. This coupled with the pushback renders it safe to a huge number of the cast, save a select few. The changes to Night Terror Charge 66KK from the previous patch have been reverted due to the inconsistencies of 66KK's wall spread properties. However, there have been no changes made when landing this move on back-turned opponents, so as to avoid unintentional whiffing from the second hit. Nightside Stance K's block stun has been increased from -14 to -10. Moving on to 2.30. The training node text for 2A plus B explaining its meter gaining properties has now been made more clearer. The Dark Bite is a new attack added to Nightmare's arsenal. By pressing K6, you gain the ability to stop your opponent from stepping at close range. What makes this move interesting is the attack throw property granted on a counter hit. The rather peculiar thing about this move is it will not combo from specific launchers unless the previous move used within the combo has a stun property. Whilst fairly quick at 16 frames, it is rather punishable at -14, so you will have to pick your spots as to where and how you want to use this. Complementary with the longer ranged step discouragement, 44A, otherwise known as the Plague Storm, receives a held down variant. The interchangeable timing between both charged and uncharged can serve to throw off your opponent's rhythm. While 44A is -10 and punishable to a select few characters, 44A hold is 0 on block with a decent amount of pushback, giving you just the right amount of space where you dominate. And also, just like 44A, 44A hold retains the ability to be cancelled into Grimstride. The hitbox of Nightmare's right arm and right leg have been reduced so that he will no longer be clipped by verticals when trying to step to his right. While Rising A, Nightside Stance K, and Night Terror Charge 66BB have each received expanded lower hitboxes so that they may connect with the opponent at the intended time. NTC NSS A plus B has hitbox and tracking adjustments, reducing instances where it would whiff during combos. Whilst in Soul Charge, the input window for Nightmare's Soul Attack has been increased, making it easier to perform. NTC NLS A plus B has been given several adjustments, starting with an expansion to the lower hitbox so that it may hit at the intended time. The horizontal hitbox has been reduced so as not to clip players who step to the side. A fix on the collision box so that it won't jump over players who are not downed. The third hit has been adjusted so that it won't hit the opponent from behind. An issue has been fixed where certain characters were able to take out of the fourth hit, making this no longer possible. It has been given increased tracking on hit, on guard, and during reversal edge. The first, second and third hits are now small attacks, meaning your opponent can no longer use reversal edge to step away from the move. The horizontal hitboxes of Night Lower Stance B and Grimstride B have been reduced to not catch players stepping to the side. The following moves have been given increased tracking should your opponent whiff an attack. These are 2B and full crouch B, 3K, 4K, while rising K, 2-2B, 2-2K, 6-6K, 4-4K, 6-6A plus B, and Knight lower stance B. 3B now launches opponents slightly higher when it counter hits, so the same combo will land regardless of the opponent's size. The block stun of 3K has been decreased from -8 to -6, as well as the hit stun receiving an increase from +4 to +6. 4K is given a 4-frame increase in block stun from -14 to -10. Full crouch 3B receives a 2-frame increase in block stun, going from -14 to -12. The attack now has added tech crouch properties from frame 1 to frame 5. The hitbox and forward momentum have been adjusted, preventing it from whiffing at close range. NBS KK's block stun has been increased from -10 to -8. The hit stun has also been increased from +1 to +4. The opponent's behaviour has been changed when hit and the knockback reduced. NTC NSS A plus B has been gifted an AGI to repel high and mid verticals. The block stun has also been increased from +2 to +4, and the distance has been reduced on air hit to prevent it from whiffing during a combo. The soul attack when in soul charge receives a major overhaul. To begin with, it will no longer extend the soul charge timer. In place of this, it can still be used whilst in soul charge. However, it will consume the remaining soul charge time, effectively allowing you to soul attack up to 5 times per soul charge. 1A has had its base damage decreased, while Lethal Hit 1A now has added scaling in combos. The exact same changes have also been made to Revenge and Lethal Hit Revenge respectively. Ending on 2.31 is a minor change to 4-4K's tracking against Swift attacks. And that should cover all 3 patches. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, have a good one.